So my name is Evelyn. This is my anesthesia machine check that we're doing. You'll first walk in the room, it'll be turned off, and you have to come back to the machine and look at some stuff. So first look for your ambu bag. This is emergency. You'll want to make sure it has all the parts, it's connected to your machine. Then you want to make sure electricity is connected to the wall, your machine is connected to electricity. You want to make sure your pipeline pressure is connected to the wall pressure, so verify this tube is all connected the right way. The last thing you'll do is you'll take your oxygen key, crack your oxygen, lean over here, double check on this valve that it's above 1,000 psi. If it's lower than 1,000 psi for your tank, you need to go replace it. You'll also look at this and you'll make sure that your pipeline pressure is 50. Then you'll come back over here and close it because this is your emergency oxygen. So now you'll come to the front. You'll do a little inspection. You want to make sure your DES is completely, like you have enough anesthetic gas. If not, you can fill it up. You just want to make sure you rescrew these caps when you refill these things, your vaporizers. You'll make sure these are all securely closed. These are all securely closed. And you can also verify your interlock system. So you'll turn one on. You can make sure you can't turn two vaporizers on at one time. So now you're ready for your low pressure system check. This is your bulb. You'll occlude it with your thumb, and then it should stay closed like that. That's how you know there's no issue with your hose. You'll connect it to there. Switch your machine so that it knows to pull from the hose for your low pressure. And then you'll suck all the air out, and this should stay closed for 10 seconds. So if it's closed for 10 seconds, you know you're good to go. You can move on to your vaporizers, crack those, should stay closed. Crack the other one, should stay still occluded. And then after that, you know that your low pressure system is intact, and you can move on. So now you can turn on your machine, and that beep means you have electricity. So this will turn on this monitor. You have to turn on this patient monitor, and this is separate, so you'll turn that on. You'll hop over to your cords, your blood pressure, EKG, SpO2. You have your suction. You can check at this time as well. Make sure you have all the parts, and you can turn it on and off. Here on this machine, intensity higher or lower with that knob. And then once it's to the desired suction that you'd like, you can just close it and then stick it to where it's easily grabbable during your case. Looks like your machines are on. Now you can, this one's on too, you can check the parameters, make sure all of the parameters that you set you're comfortable with, that's what the plan is. Make sure your patient monitors are gonna go off an alarm, make sure these alarms are going to alarm. And now you're ready to check your circuit. So you're over here. Actually, before that, you want to check your Thorpe tubes. So you'll turn these on all the way. These should go all the way to the top, and then you should close them again. So this should go all the way to the top, and close it again. And this also you can see is checking your link 25, so you can see oxygen, nitrous. It prevents a hypoxic mixture. So then you close your nitrous again, turn it all the way closed, run oxygen all the way to the top. Sounds good, looks good. It's not sticking. Close it. So now you can check your SpO2 monitor. Actually, your oxygen analyzer. Take this disc out. This is the oxygen analyzer you want open to air. You'll go on this machine. You'll go to set up calibration, O2 sensor calibration, 21% since it's open to air. And then it'll run through that test. Once it's done, you'll screw it back in securely and put your cassette back in and secure it with this lever. You can also check your CO2 absorber down here to make sure that it's not purple and that it's an acceptable level of purple. If you need to change it, you can change it. So now you will check your high pressure leak test. So hook that up there, make sure it's occluded, and turn this all the way up. Your APL is up to 70. You double check this thing because this is often forgotten. So we have to hook this back up to our machine from our low pressure leak test. And now you can O2 flush until this reads 30 centimeters of water. So we're O2 flushing all the way up to there, and that should hold at 30 for 10 seconds. So then after the 10 seconds, you can do this high pressure test on your monitor. So you squeeze it, it alarms, that's a good thing. So now you'll go back to your APL, you'll slowly start opening it and watch the valve fall too, so these should match. So we're at 30. That should still be at 30. We're at 20. This should fall and hold at 20. Now we're open. That should be a 0. So that's a good thing. And then last thing, with our APL valve open, we want to O2 flush to check our scavenger. So balloon looks like it's inflating. Super good. Now we can take this off and check our vent. So we hook up a false lung. We flip this to vent. And then we O2 flush until the bellows are completely full, so we know that they have the capability to fill up, there's no leaks. And then you can verify settings again here and make sure your vent is delivering what you think it is. You'll also check these unidirectional valves, make sure they flutter at appropriate times. So flutter inspiration, expiratory valve flutters on expiratory. So once those are checked, you're good to go. You can flip this back to manually bagging your patient, and you'll close your AP valve to 20, and then check your lung, check this green thing, squeeze it, and then it'll reflect on the monitor, and it should reflect in your false lung that you are delivering breaths to your patient. And once you think you have successful manual ventilation, you can disconnect your fake lung and then proceed to start up for surgery. So you'll open or prepare for surgery. So you'll open this APL valve completely, you'll put your mask on, you make sure you have all your monitors and stickers, make sure these are all closed and off, make sure these are all closed and off, and then document that you did a successful machine check and that you're ready to begin for case.